going through and as you do, you take off jackets. Now I'm wearing 2 jackets because I have no space in my bag. I've packed up and I've just basically abandoned ship. Okay, so I've got 2 jackets on. My pockets are full of socks and beanies and my protein shake bottle, so that's rattling around. But I take everything off, and I've got like 4 trays that are about to get x-rayed to go through, and then the best part, I'm wearing my gum boots because, well, they don't fit in my bag. So I'm wearing those, and so I go through the scanner, and they've picked up something around my ankle because I saw it on the thing, and so I get told to sit down. So I sit down, and he's like, okay, take off your shoes. And I was like, okay, just give me a minute because I got to, it takes me a while because they're quite tight around the feet, and the jeans are all tight around the boot. So I start pulling up the jeans, and I see his face, and he's a little bit gobsmacked on, and I'm wearing gumboots to the airport. So I take it off, and I take them both off and put them in the tray, and he says, I'll be back. And so he takes them away and obviously goes to search through them. And then he starts fondling my feet, check if I've got anything in my socks. So yeah, so don't recommend wearing gumboots to the airport, or you will be searched, or your feet will be fondled, just in case. So, but then the next thing is I've collected all my other stuff, but my one thing's been flagged, and I'm like, oh, why has that been flagged? And it's my fanny pouch. Now, my fanny pouch has a whole bunch of coins in it because I've been using cash in Germany, and it has like a lot of coins, and so they're having to search through just in case I'm not hiding anything in the coins. I mean, it's pretty unusual. It's a crazy amount of coins I have. So yeah, that gets flagged, but I didn't find anything. So after going through all that, next is border control, and that's where I assume, because it's a foul thing, I'm gonna get in trouble for not leaving without visa. So I go there, and they're like, you've overstayed. And I was like, yeah, but I have the papers for my visa that I have applied before the date. And so he's like, okay, give them. So thankfully I took these papers, always would have been an issue. So I give him the papers, and they sit there and they're a little puzzled because I've got the papers but I don't have the visa. So eventually he's like, okay, come with me. Now, so I have to follow this police officer, and he takes me to a different side of the airport where I go down these stairs through all these security doors. I counted like 6 of them, glass doors. I assume they're bulletproof because they were thick, and you need a key code scanner to go in, a little key card, and you go in, and I go through these 6 doors, and now I'm in the police side of the airport. No Wi-Fi, no nothing. And there's all these police officers having their lunch. I'm like, oh, this must be where the criminals go. So there's this one guy at the end, and I'm like, oh, he looks like a criminal. And yeah, he's not looking happy. So I don't know what his business was. I just sat on the other end from him. So he tells me sit down and he'll be back. So he goes into an office or something to sort out the papers. And yeah, he comes back. He's like, when are you leaving? I tell him 3:30, and then he goes back in and he comes back out. And he's like, okay, you're good to go. We'll just go back and we'll stamp. So we go back, and the stamp, he asks me a few questions and I'll answer them. So he stamps my passport, and I'm home free. No punishment, no penalties. So that's my story. A very interesting day yesterday. We landed at Heathrow, then I had to find the buses and get which buses and go to the hotel. So I had to take a taxi, and the taxi dropped me off at the wrong hotel. This is the worst part of the day, I'd say, because like, I'm so glad that this went wrong and not anything else. So I get dropped off at the wrong hotel. And so I asked the person there at that hotel, where's my hotel? And she's like, okay, so you have to go this way and that way and walk there. It's about a kilometer away. So with my heavy bag on my back, that is crushing my shoulders and my lungs, I walk. And it takes me about 15 minutes of walking. And it's a little bit rainy and that, but not too bad. I just go on the phone with my mom and call her while I walk and complain. But yeah, it was the best part to go wrong. So eventually I got to my hotel, and I was like, this looks like someone else. I called the hotel, and they're like, nope, this is right. So yeah, I arrived here and had a lovely sleep last night, and about to set off back to the airport to catch my bus to Leicester. So, that is the full story. By far, one of the most interesting days I have had. Do I want to do it again? No.